Hi everyone, let's go through my macro, high time frame, medium time frame, low time frame and micro scenarios, including potential trading setups. I also have a very big announcement at the end of the video, and make sure to use the timestamps in all of my videos if you want to see a particular part. The bullish scenario on the macro count is this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, currently working on the fifth wave, which most likely target is between 98k and 174k per Bitcoin. Wave 2 bouncing perfectly, the COVID dump on the golden pocket area, and wave 4 bouncing perfectly on the 0.5, taken from the low of 2 to the high of 3. And also interestingly about this low of wave 4 is that it bounced exactly on the 0.618 fib time, taken from the low of 2 to the high of 3. And we had a big volume peak at the lows, which can signal a reversal area, just like it did for the end of wave 2. We had a very big spike of volume over here, more than wave 1, which then signaled the reversal area for the upside. Now the targets for this wave 5, I have a gray or a yellow box over here and a white one. The gray one is between the all-time high and basically 100k, which for me is a less likely target. And then the white box for me is the most likely target between 100k and 174k, based on the pools that I did for a potential wave 5 target area, with then the 1 and the 1.618 here on the right side, pulled from the low of 1 to the high of 1 to the low of 4 with the trend-based fib extension. The 0.618 is pulled from the low of 1 to the high of 3 to the low of 4. And then these are the most common target area for a wave 5, these fibs over here, and these are pulled from the high of 3 to the low of 4. Make sure to put everything on log scale as well. Then the bearish scenario on the macro is that we are currently looking for another move to the downside, where this area where we are right now is going to be mega important for this scenario, as well as the bullish one, by the way, where this is then the end of a fifth wave, and then we have a 3-wave W, 3-wave X, and we're looking for a 3-wave Y to the downside, where the golden pocket, taken from the lows of 1 over here to the high of 5, sits at about 10k, and I then believe the area between, let's say, 9 and 12k is going to be very important also, because we would then be backtesting this area as well, which we never touched after 2020 and the bull run we had. So in this scenario, we have the very important support resistance flip that we had for some years, which can now act as resistance because we never backtested this area. As you can see, we had a little bit of a range. However, we never backtested this area for then maybe like in a bullish scenario, we would then go down and move up, or backtest and move further to the downside. So this area is going to be just super important for what is going to happen with Bitcoin on the higher time frame. We also then have the high time frame range value area low, which is from this range over here, which can act as resistance as well. So there's a little bit of confluence going on, but you will see more on the daily time frame, which I'm going to show you right now. First of all, then the bullish scenario on the daily, which is the high time frame scenario, where we have a WXYXZ, which is the move down from the all-time high 69k. X, however, not hitting the 0.382, which is very rare, and also wave Z hit its rare target, the 0.618. So two quite rare things happening in this scenario, but nonetheless it is possible. And then if we look at the wave to the upside, the volume so far has been very good, with this then being a wave 3, also having the most amount of volume. Now you can have wave 1 over here, yet to be finished, or some people have wave 1 over here and then wave 2 here. But what I don't like about this is that wave 2 is very short compared to wave 1. Is it possible? Yes, but wave 2 did not even hit the 0.382 fib time. It's just super rare. So if I put on the 0.382, you can see that it even far before, it ended like weeks before, because our days before the 0.382, and usually a wave 2 hits at least the 0.382 fib time. So my preferred scenario is that wave 1 is yet to be made, then we have a wave 2 that's still coming, and then this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with this then being wave 5. Also volume wise, that would work very nicely indeed, where this wave 3 has a high amount of volume and then wave 5 has less volume, as you can see over here, which would be very nice. And then again, this target area, this resistance area, is going to be very important between basically 28k and 33k. Then a potential short trade to the downside is lettering a short in this area. Stop loss somewhere above, better safe than sorry, and then trade it to the downside for this wave 2. Most common targets are between the 0.5 pip and the 0.786. Then eventually, based on this bullish scenario, we would then be looking for a mega swing trade where we can enter inside the most common area for then a wave 2. Stop loss, clear invalidation, as that is simply the low that we made at 15.4k, and then basically trading it all the way to the moon. 100k is next. Then we have the bearish scenario on the daily time frame, where we then have this WXY with inside X and ABC expanding flat, wave B perfectly ending between the 1.236 and the 1.38, which is the target for a wave B expanding flat, and then a 5-wave impulse to the upside, currently working on the 5th wave, which might soon be ending. It's very exciting on the charts, to be honest. So the fibs that you see over here is the main target area for wave 5, pulled from the high of 3 to the low of 4. And you can also see that we now hit the most common wave C target between the 1.618 over here and this 1.618, the upper one sitting at 34k, the lower one basically sitting at 27.8k. So theoretically, this could be the end. However, I would like still a little bit more upside. I would like to hit actually the 28.8k to 32k area. First of all, because we have the high time frame range value area low. Second, the maximum target of this wave 5 over here, sitting at about 29.6k, is very nice because it has confluence with the 0.382 pulled from the all-time high to the low of W, which is a very important target for wave X and usually the minimum target for wave X. And we will then also hit the support resistance area. So there's a couple of confluences going on at that level, which for me is very interesting, and that can lead to a potential short trade, entering or laddering some shorts over here, stop loss somewhere above, trading it to the downside for then either, in this scenario then, a wave Y or a wave 2 in the bullish scenario. Wave Y target currently 12.8k, or again somewhere between 12 and 9k, backtesting this area over here. Just make sure that if you go into shorts, it is a bullish environment, so make sure you have a clear strategy, entry requirements, and you know what you're doing. And also this up here is still a rare wave C target box, keep that in mind. Then we go to the medium time frame. So I have to go to the 1 hour chart, and on the medium time frame, the very bullish scenario is the following. So in the very bullish scenario, the yellow wave 1 is basically finished over there. This is the yellow wave 2. And we are now in basically a very bullish 3rd wave to the upside, where eventually we go to the moon, right? So that is what I'm gonna talk about now. And then in this medium time frame scenario, in this big yellow 3rd wave, we are then in a 1, 2, and then looking for another 1, 2, and then eventually a big massive 3 to the upside, breaking all of the resistance over here, and yeah, just going very impulsively. So in this scenario, we then in this first wave have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 4, however, is very shallow, but then inside this 3rd wave, it would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This wave 4, I don't necessarily like it, but it works for now. Then we have the blue wave 1 over here, the blue wave 2. Now the rare target for wave 2 is the 0.382. We actually just missed out on hitting it. If we zoom in, you can see it over here. The red line invalidation at 23.9k shows basically the low of the candle, which did not hit the 382. So it is exceptionally rare for wave 2 to be that shallow in a very bullish environment. It is possible, but usually it hits at least the 382, which it didn't actually, theoretically. And then eventually now we have then a smaller wave 1, being then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably soon to end, maybe with the resistance area that we have. Then we have the high of wave 1. We would then be looking for a wave 2 correction before then more upside. So the resistance area over here is going to play an important role. Also in this scenario, a potential short once again is going to be a very interesting potential trading setup. And then in this scenario, of course, it's going to be, well, this is the invalidation, so the target is going to be somewhere above. If we then go to the bearish scenario, And you will see that all of the trading setups are starting to become to the short side, because the long setup I showed was already here. So, you know, we're already profit, targets taken, maybe even closed. And the next setups are mainly shorts. But shorting in a bull market is, of course, very risky. So have a plan. But also here, once again, a potential short setup where in this scenario, we then have either wave X on the high time frame or wave 1 on the high time frame ending somewhere here in this resistance area, very important area. And then we are waiting for a move to the downside. Now this move to the downside, again, the trade is exactly the same. The setup is entering the shorts in this area, stop loss somewhere above, trading it to the downside, but then either trade it for a wave 2, where the bounce for this wave 2 will be eventually a wave 3, or trading it for a wave Y with much lower prices to come in a very bearish structure. So that is going to be very important. And once again, this area over here is going to decide what's going to happen with the retracement, and the retracement will show us what might happen on the higher time frame, if this is indeed going to be the bull market, or if we still have a lot of bearishness to go, let's say. So important area. Then we go to the low time frame bullish scenario, going to the 15-minute over here, where in this scenario, this once again is a 1-2-1-2 scenario, but now in a little bit more detail. So again, we then have this, we have this wave 1, 2, and we're looking for a massive move to the upside, where inside this wave 3, we now have then the blue count. So the blue count over here, wave 1, wave 2, and then eventually 3, 4, 5, and this fifth wave would then be the end of 3. Then we have another 4 and another 5. Very bullish, this one. However, if we then look at the structure over here, we can see that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably soon to end. Once again, same area that becomes interesting for a potential short trade as all the other areas as well. One thing I do like to highlight is that the volume is not necessarily on our side at the moment. If we look at the volume over here, you can see that yes, we had some nice spikes over here. Very interesting, but now compared to the high that we made over here, volume has been going down while making higher highs, and that is of course a bearish sign. So that is something to keep in notes, but that would work quite well if this is indeed going to be a potential short trade. But if this is going to be a wave 1 of a bigger wave 3, you usually want to see some higher volume, especially compared to this structure over here, which is currently not really the case. So yeah, we have to wait and see how this is going to pan out, but at least we have the scenario and we are prepared in case it happens. And that's what it's all about the preparation. In this scenario, the low time frame bearish scenario, we basically end wave 5, and then we're going to be looking for the downside for then a wave 2, 3, or again wave Y. Once again, we have a short setup on the trade, on the chart, and the fibs that you see over here with the white box, most common area for a wave 5. So if this move up was then a 3, a 4, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 soon to end, or maybe already ending, this area is a very important area. Now you can see that price did go above this target, or one of the targets over here, the 1.618, twice now. And yeah, that might be a little bit of a bullish sign. However, it's basically still inside this area. It didn't go all the way above, so this is fine. You know, this is fine, absolutely valid. The high of 5 could already be in. Yeah, and we're now in a corrective structure. However, the other scenario is that 5 is yet to come, and that is also what you're going to see in the micro counts that I have. So I have 2 micro counts going on. This one becomes a little, I suppose, less likely because, so first let me explain, by the way, that this then is wave 3, 4, looking for the end of wave 5, right? And then what we're looking at is this being an ending diagonal with a 1, then eventually a 2, 3, 4, and then eventually a fifth wave to the upside. The reason it becomes less likely is because wave 4 went so deep, it already hit the golden pocket area. The orange lines that you see on the chart right now are rare targets. So actually not for wave 3, the 786 and the 886 are very common targets. But the 0.618 is a rare target for the end of a wave 4. And then the 0.5, as you can see, very dark on the chart, is a rare target. Sorry, this is a rare target for a wave 4, I should say it correctly. And this is then a rare target for a wave 5. Usually, however, most commonly, wave 5 goes above the high of 3. It is super rare for wave 5 not to go above the high of a wave 3. So if this scenario comes into play, I expect it to at least go to this 786 FIB sitting at 28.6k. The invalidation for this scenario, however, is also going to be the 1-to-1 sitting at 28.9k, which is very close to the high time frame range value area low, because I would think if we push to the upside and hit the high time frame range value area low, it's very likely to at least wick into this area to potentially invalidate this ending diagonal setup. But for now, it works. The invalidation is once we take this low. I do yes, wave 4 has even more rare targets, the 786 and the 886. So the official invalidation is going to be taking the low of 2. So let's keep that in mind, the low of 2 at 27.2k. I do think it is important to mention that we have some bullish divergences. You can see price is hiding, or price is having here higher lows. But on the CVD, the lines that you see at the bottom are creating lower lows. So higher lows on price, lower lows on CVD, creating bullish divergences. Of course, there is always a chance that these are leading, meaning that this divergence goes down, but price is going down as well. Especially at the end of a wave 5, that is a possibility. And of course, we're close or at the end of a wave 5. But at the moment, each of the bullish divergences did play out in previous price action. As you can see here as well, bullish divergences playing out. Then we got another drop over here again between these lows, higher lows, lower lows on the CVD played out once more, because playing out means taking the high. So it is important to note at least that we do have some bullish divergences. By the way, short setup, the same as all the others. And then if we look at the low time frame, more bearish scenario, I suppose, then what we're looking for is the high of 5 is already made over here, which actually hit the target of a wave 5 perfectly, the 1.618 taken from the high of 3 to the low of 4. And then now this is a 3-wave zigzag A, followed then by a triangle or an expanded flat B. So this then is an A, B, C, D, E, and then more down, like this is then a triangle and like a bigger A, B, and then eventually a C to the downside. So that could be interesting. Or this is a wave A. This is then a wave A as well. And then we have B being the triangle as an A, B, C, D, E. And then a C. So we have an A, B, C in this wave B, where the most common target for an expanded flat B, like this, is the 1.38 and the 1.236, which also includes the high time frame range value area low, which I really like. I think that's very sexy, if you ask me. So that is very interesting. Of course, then the short setup is the same as basically every setup I've shown in this video. Again, shorting in a very bullish market is very risky. So let's first wait what price shows and then react. You know, we're reactive traders on this channel. We don't FOMO. We don't YOLO, and we don't catch knives. And catching knives also means that if price pushes to the upside, we don't just enter the shorts, no financial advice, but we wait for price to show its hand and then we react on price action. That would at least be, based on my experience, a little bit of a tip. So yeah, this is a very interesting scenario as well. Where there's just more downside expected. An impulsive move C if we get an expanded flat, or in this scenario then of course some more downside in an ABC as well. But once again, we do have some bullish divergences. Now then, the announcement. Oh yeah, so guys, I want to show you this. What you're looking at right now is the statistics that I track myself for the YouTube channel. And it's been absolutely insane. So in 2022, I made this channel because in a Discord group that I was part of, some people wanted to know a bit more about Elliott Wave stuff. Sorry for that. So I made a few videos and nothing serious. But then from the 20th of February, I decided to kick ass and upload content. And as you can see, times have gone crazy. We started the 20th with 1 extra sub, and then from the 60 in just a few weeks, we are now at 508 at this morning. So it's absolutely incredible. You can see the percentage increase, the weekly over here increase, and how long it took for 100 subs. So of course, the 100 is a little bit of a question mark because I had the 2022, just some fun videos for some friends. But then basically, I think the 100 to 200 is more representative in 8 days to 307, 405 days, and 503 days after the hitting the 400. Absolutely crazy. I think it will take some time to have another 100 this quick as the 3 days. So thanks to your support, and also like incredible support, like just for the channel, the comments, the likes, the subscriptions. I got many questions also for a Discord group. So what I decided to do is launch a Discord group, which will be launched right now when this video goes live, and you will be able to find it on the homepage of my YouTube channel in the description, and also I'll put the link in the comments. Of course, I have a rules and a legal disclaimer, but then we have the Koen's updates, where I will just provide you with some updates throughout the day, throughout the day. Then we have Bitcoin trading, altcoin trading, and others trading like stocks or bonds or whatever you like. The general channel for the shits and giggles. We have the sports channel, which I think is very important. Ran half a marathon yesterday. I really enjoy sports. I also think it's nice to have a little bit of a personal connection with you guys. So if you do any sports, you know, this is the channel to post. The YouTube progress channel, very important, because in here I will be fully transparent and update you on this YouTube journey with interesting data from my YouTube channel. Basically, I'm saying I'm building this channel with you guys, not just for you. You know, it's not a distant relationship. I'm building it with you, and I want to show you the progress. Finally, where are you from? I'm from the Netherlands, so just reply with your country flag. And then we have questions, general questions. This channel is specifically for asking questions to others in the community. And this is important. As Koen runs another not trading related business himself, he doesn't have much time to answer all questions in Discord. Please respect my time, therefore, as well, and help each other by answering questions from other people in the community. And then we have questions to Koen. But of course, once again, you know, I can answer these, but it will be very delayed, or more delayed at least. And I will then be answering these in either educational videos, Q&A videos, Bitcoin update videos, or simply on Discord. But then again, I run another business as well, so that takes time. And then the feedback area with a feedback form. So, and then 2 voice channels. So yeah, this is gonna open from the moment you're gonna see this video. I'm very excited. It's gonna be the first day, see how everything runs and if it's all installed well. So yeah, guys, your support has been absolutely incredible. Just look at the numbers once again. It's crazy. It's nutty. I've not expected this. I don't even know what is normal on YouTube, but for me this is yeah, I've never expected this. I make videos for fun and help people provide insights, and this is an incredible result. So yeah, for now, I hope this video was helpful or valuable to you. Thank you for watching, guys, and subscribing, and I will see you at my next video. Bye bye.